Check, check, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello everyone. I'm going to try something a little different in this video and add some commentary. This is my 5th flight. Definitely working on trying to add the power a little sooner. Focusing on resisting the urge to get into the seat prematurely. Basically focus on keeping my feet down and running until I don't feel the ground anymore. The goal of this flight is to fly around the lake that you see off in the distance there. Avery is flying in this flight and you'll see him take off here in just a moment. Working on joining up with Avery. A few angles from Avery's cameras. Something I find is amazing is that you can actually do this. It's just mind-blowing to me. Trying to look down and give a perspective of how high up you are. It's certainly a unique perspective. You know, with an airplane, you've got, you know, the dash in front of you, you've got the engine, propeller, all that. But with the paramotor, there's literally nothing but the vacuum and air in front of you. This flight, the air is actually very smooth. I'm actually not familiar with this lake, but as you can see, there's obviously a dam. Farther around the lake, you see that there is a marina, and it looks like you can actually rent kayaks or canoes. working our way back towards property. Kind of just make out the runway off in front. At this point of the flight, I was working on gaining some altitude. My hand was getting tired and I needed to reposition the brake toggle and the throttle. So I was trying to gain some altitude so I could get off the throttle for a while. So here I am attempting to reposition the brake toggle and the throttle. It's always amazing how fast things happen in the air. In front you can see below there's a horse farm, so Ava was informing me that I needed to probably turn left so we could avoid disturbing the horses. So this flight took me 3 attempts to land. That's one thing I have learned with manned aviation and even like RC aircraft is that if you're not comfortable with how the landing is set up, you can always go around. So I will tend to err on the side of caution and go around before I attempt to save a landing. Here I'm working on trying to get the altitude right. You have a real low area on this side of the field, and it's deceptive because you feel like you're high, but you actually aren't. You have to judge your altitude by the height of the trees off to the left of the field. So in this case, you saw me out of my seat and preparing to land, but then getting back in the seat. Felt like I was too low and then deciding to go around. Because of the torque, it's actually easier for a paramotor to turn to the right, or for my paramotor to turn to the right. So a lot of times you'll see us do right traffic as opposed to left traffic, which would be your typical standard aircraft pattern. So the second attempt, I felt like I was still too low. I was really fighting with trying to judge my altitude. I was also fighting a little oscillation in the wing, so at this point I was like, yeah, I'm going around.
I'm going around.
I was a little sluggish adding full throttle. Third attempt, I was making sure I was all the way out of my seat, hanging from the harness, working on getting the oscillation out of the wing, and then killing the motor, and then trying to flare. Didn't quite make the flare.
So close. Woo!
Still a good flight.